Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a cornerstone of success, a value so often praised yet so rarely questioned: discipline. From the outside looking in, discipline looks like the key, the answer, the end-all solution to a well-lived life. But discipline, powerful as it is, carries a condition hidden but we must acknowledge if we want not just to live, but to thrive. Discipline is the bedrock upon which success is built. It is not a flashy concept. It doesn't come with the immediate applause or the thrill of a spontaneous win. But discipline is the steady hand that guides us through the long hours, the grueling work, and the moments when motivation fades into exhaustion. It's not enough to be talented or to have lofty ambitions. Without discipline, potential remains just that, a dream waiting on the sidelines. Picture an athlete training for a championship. The moments we see on the field, the explosive bursts of speed, the precision of a perfect shot, are just the tip of the iceberg. What we don't see are the countless early mornings in the weight room, the hours spent perfecting form, the silent battle between the mind that wants to rest and the will that insists on pushing forward. Discipline is the force that brings these moments to life, that turns commitment into action day after day. Success doesn't happen in the sudden rush of inspiration. It happens in the quiet, relentless grind. Discipline teaches consistency, which is essential for developing expertise. Mastery in any field is not a product of fleeting brilliance, but of sustained effort. It is the student practicing scales on the piano until they are second nature, the writer churning out page after page until the story comes alive. Even in moments when excitement wanes, discipline keeps us anchored. It is the ability to show up, even when the only witness to our labor is ourselves. Beyond building skills, discipline shapes character. It fosters resilience, the kind that pushes through failure and sees obstacles as steps to growth. When setbacks occur, discipline urges us not to quit, but to assess, learn, and keep moving. It instills a sense of responsibility, not just to others, but to our own goals and standards. This self-accountability becomes the framework within which we operate, a non-negotiable part of who we are. But discipline isn't just about hard work, it's about the intelligent application of that work. It's about prioritizing tasks, setting goals, and structuring efforts in a way that maximizes productivity without sacrificing well-being. This balance ensures that we are not just busy but effective. Discipline calls for strategic pauses and rest when needed, teaching us that pushing forward doesn't mean neglecting our limits, but understanding and respecting them. Discipline, as vital as it is, cannot stand alone if we seek a truly fulfilling life. It needs the warmth of passion to make it meaningful. While discipline is the engine that drives us forward, passion is the fuel that keeps us inspired and alive during the journey. Discipline teaches us the importance of consistency, but passion reminds us why we began in the first place. Without passion, discipline risks becoming a hollow routine, a series of checkboxes ticked off without any emotional investment. A life lived solely by the rules of discipline might be efficient, but it runs the danger of feeling mechanical and devoid of joy. Passion infuses energy into our actions. It's that sense of excitement that makes hours feel like minutes and challenges seem surmountable. It's the inner spark that not only drives us to meet expectations, but urges us to surpass them. Passion breathes color into what discipline outlines in black and white. While discipline may get us out of bed each morning, it is passion that makes us leap out with purpose, ready to embrace what the day brings. The synergy between discipline and passion is powerful. When we pair the dedication that discipline requires with the enthusiasm that passion provides, we don't just perform tasks, we approach them with creativity and innovation. Passion keeps us engaged, transforming work from a monotonous grind into a pursuit that resonates with our core values and aspirations. It encourages us to find meaning even in the mundane, to push boundaries and explore new angles instead of merely sticking to the script. This balance is especially important when we face obstacles. Discipline alone might push us to persevere, but passion adds the resilience needed to endure setbacks with a sense of hope and curiosity. Passion reframes failures as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than just missteps on an unwavering path. It reminds us that success isn't solely about reaching a destination, but about the richness of the journey and the stories we accumulate along the way. However, passion without discipline can be fleeting. It may ignite initial action but fizzle out when faced with long-term effort. This is where the steady hand of discipline comes in, keeping passion from burning out too quickly by anchoring it in sustainable habits. The key is to recognize that these two forces aren't at odds, they complement each other. Discipline provides structure and consistency, while passion ensures that structure serves a purpose larger than itself. A fulfilling life is one where discipline and passion work in harmony. We need the steadiness of discipline to build, to practice, and to commit, but we need the fervor of passion to remind us why it's all worth it. Together, they create a life that isn't just productive but profoundly satisfying, marked not only by achievements but by moments that resonate long after they pass. While discipline is essential for achieving goals and maintaining progress, there's a fine line between healthy structure and rigidity. When discipline becomes excessive or overly rigid, it can inadvertently lead to burnout, stifle creativity, and hinder growth. The very qualities that make discipline powerful, focus, consistency, and persistence, can turn into burdens if not managed with care. If we become too fixed in our routines, too attached to a single approach, we run the risk of losing the flexibility needed to adapt to new circumstances, ideas, and challenges. One of the first risks of excessive discipline is burnout. Discipline often requires pushing through fatigue, sticking to routines even when the excitement fades. However, if this drive becomes all-consuming, the body and mind can only take so much. The constant pressure to perform and deliver can drain energy, diminish motivation, and eventually lead to a collapse of both physical and mental health. Burnout doesn't happen overnight, it builds slowly, fueled by the belief that the more we work, the better the results. But without space for rest, reflection, and recovery, the very thing that once propelled us forward can eventually push us to a breaking point. Another consequence of too much rigidity is that creativity gets suffocated. Creativity thrives in an environment of flexibility where there's room to explore, to fail, and to try new things. However, when discipline becomes an unyielding force, it narrows the scope of what's possible. The mind becomes fixated on the established rules and routines, leaving little room for the unexpected or the innovative. When every moment is dictated by a set schedule or a strict formula, spontaneity, the very thing that sparks new ideas, is forced out of the picture. A rigid mindset can trap us in an echo chamber of familiar solutions, preventing us from exploring novel approaches and preventing personal growth. This is where adaptability becomes crucial. Life doesn't follow a linear path, and neither should our strategies for success. Flexibility allows us to pivot when necessary, to adjust our course without feeling like we failed. It allows us to embrace the new, the different, and the challenging. While discipline creates the foundation, adaptability gives us the freedom to navigate the complexities of life, allowing us to embrace change rather than resist it. It helps us learn from setbacks, reevaluate our approach, and adapt our methods to suit evolving circumstances. Discipline is often seen as a strict set of rules to follow, a rigid structure designed to control our actions and behavior. But true growth comes not from being confined by discipline, but from using it as a guide, a framework that helps us stay on course while leaving room for flexibility, spontaneity, and innovation. When discipline is wielded properly, it acts as a steady foundation that allows us to explore new possibilities, take risks, and discover new facets of ourselves and our work. The power of discipline lies in its ability to help us focus our energy and efforts, but it must be balanced with the freedom to step outside our comfort zones. Growth doesn't come from following the same routine over and over. It comes from the willingness to challenge ourselves, to experiment with new methods, and to take chances without the fear of failure. When we allow discipline to be a guide, we create a space in which we can push boundaries and explore new avenues of opportunity. Discipline provides the structure that makes sure we show up, that we put in the work, but it is adaptability within that structure that fosters growth. Imagine an artist confined to a single canvas, painting the same subject over and over. It's discipline that helps the artist improve technique, but it's flexibility that allows them to experiment with color, form, and style. Without the freedom to explore, creativity becomes stifled, and the artist may never reach their full potential. The same principle applies to any field, whether it's business, education, or sports. True success doesn't come from rigid adherence to a single method, but from the willingness to innovate and adapt to changing circumstances. Furthermore, flexibility encourages us to embrace the unexpected. The world is constantly changing, and rigid discipline can blind us to new opportunities or insights that arise. When we remain open to change, we develop the ability to respond to challenges in real time, instead of rigidly following a plan that may no longer be relevant. This adaptability is crucial in environments that demand innovation, where staying stagnant can mean falling behind. Discipline may help us establish goals, but the courage to try new things, make adjustments, and learn from failure propels us forward. In conclusion, discipline is undeniably a powerful force, the foundation upon which we build success and achievement. It keeps us focused, strengthens our character, and ensures that we remain committed to our goals. But discipline alone is not enough. Without the spark of passion, it risks becoming a mechanical routine, draining us of joy and creativity. Similarly, when discipline becomes too rigid, it can lead to burnout and stifle innovation. The key lies in striking a balance. Discipline must be a guide, not a constraint. It should provide the structure for us to show up and put in the work, but it must also leave room for flexibility, spontaneity, and growth. By blending discipline with passion and adaptability, we open the door to not only achieving our goals, but to thriving along the way. It is this balance that creates a fulfilling, sustainable path to success, a path where we grow, evolve, and embrace the journey with enthusiasm and resilience. So let us move forward with discipline as our guide, passion as our fuel, and flexibility as the key to unlocking our full potential. So let's build with discipline, breathe with passion, and live with adaptability. That, my friends, is where the magic happens. Thank you.